Hi, thank you for coming. My name is Yoriko Oki, and just in case you don't know, I am the person who started this crazy idea of starting Zoom show in 2020 in October. Um, that's because there's in Vancouver area, there's a big event called Mid City Vancouver. I talk more about it in a second. That time after the pandemic started, they decided not to have vendor sessions in their Zoom show that fall. And I felt like I really needed to connect with my customers because, knitting show is a social thing, right? It's not just, for me, it's not just about selling my yarn, but I get to see my friends, and it's usually like once I have two opportunities usually, the two big shows in Vancouver, and Knit City is one of them. So I just wanted to see people. So that's how this show started, and believe it or not, this is our 10th show. We had three shows in the first year or first fall winter season, and then twice every year since then. So this is the 10th one. Congratulations to me to the show. Okay, so let me show you my screen. I should go back to the top. Okay, there we go. So this is me. Again, my name is Yoriko Oki, and Instagram is yoriko.oki. If you got my email this morning, or actually yesterday afternoon, you did receive all the links in the email. And if you get the Zoom link from somebody else other than the show email, I do highly recommend subscribing to our, how do I go back? What's there? Okay. Subscribing to our email, because that's how you get all the information about all the vendors as well. Yes, please. So anyways, I just put the link to my website right there. So this is our studio, Fibre Art Studio on Granville Island. And it was started by Barbara Hiller. She's the top left one. And she's a tapestry weaver, and she started studio in 1979 in November. So we'll be 45 years old next month. It's amazing how people don't see us. Is even now, like once in a while, people come in and say like, "Oh, like your shop looks fabulous. Are you new here?" And I feel like it's kind of not really new. We've been here for 45 years, and then it was like kind of shocked, like, "Oh, I didn't see you before." I really don't know. I like to know how. So anyways, this is five of us. Barbara here, top left, top right is Elena Gladskwa. She's a felting artist from Ukraine. And yeah, it's been kind of tough for her, especially this month. There was casualty in her family. But she's creating beautiful nanofelting, and this year, finally, we had a lot of tourists came back to the island. We had a really good summer this year. And this is probably the first time since 2019. So we had like 5 years of blank. It's about the time, right? So, and then there's three of us at the bottom. You saw Penny and Rose earlier. This morning, I'm still a member of the Fibre Art Studio. Sometimes at the shows, when I'm doing a show alone, people come, oh, you used to belong to a group, didn't you? Like, I still belong to a group, Fibre Art Studio. It's just like Penny and Rose don't go all the shows I do. And also at the Fiber Lover Fair, we used to share a slot. And then Penny and Rose had more to say. And then their sessions got longer and longer and longer. And I just didn't get enough time to say what I wanted within 1 hour. So I decided to have my own slot. That's great. Like Penny and Rose used to be more shy about talking on camera. And they totally got used to it. That's awesome because they have so much to share. So anyways, that's us, Fiber Art Studio. And if you ever come to Vancouver, well, I know some of you are in Vancouver area, but if you ever come to Vancouver from somewhere else, come and visit us. It's on Granville Island. And I started saying that in 2020, and then I didn't think anybody would actually come. But I was wrong. Like we are getting lots of visitors saying like, Yoriko, I took your classes or I saw your session somewhere, Bognitin Live, Fiber Lab Fair. And that's wonderful. Like it's like we're getting seen and heard. Like we're trying to connect the people in this wonderful fiber art community, and I feel like it's working. So thank you so much. And I love to see you in person in the future if you're in the area. So before I get started, I started cyber cell early for you only. Like this is not anywhere else yet. But if you go to my website, you can get 15% off everything until the end of this month with coupon code FLA15. And the link to my website is in the chat. Okay, and then in November, I start inviting my newsletter subscriber to the show. That's how usually my sales starts. I usually start with newsletter, and then they get the beta selections, and then of course the inventory goes down gradually. And let me show you how do I do that. Okay, I have to get up the first. Let me just show you my website very briefly. It's this one, isn't it? Okay. Sorry, this is not what I want to show you. Okay, so this is my website. And if you go to the shop area, well, this is my, if you ended up homepage, go to shop, unless you want to read this page. And then, okay, here's a category on the left side. So if you're looking for specific base, just click on it and basic sock. Let's go to, not basic socks because I don't have any right now. Okay, let's go to Mighty Elf Sokyan. So this first 6 one is the ones I like to show you today. But sometimes, let's say this is the shawl kit I have usually, but it's out of stock. And if you see that, but if you're interested, enter your email here and then click on subscribe now. This is different from newsletter subscription. This is about the back in stock notification. So like you do this, but you don't, even if you do this, you don't subscribe to your newsletter. But when this item is back in stock, you get an email. If you like to subscribe to my email, go back to my homepage. And then scroll down. And you can subscribe to my email at the bottom of the homepage. Sometimes, like usually, pop-up comes up for the newsletter. If you get that, you can fill out your information there too. Okay, so that's how to use my website. So let's talk about YAM because that's why you're here, right? Okay, so I am very, very happy and excited to introduce my new colorway collection called Fall Views collection. I'm missing S here. And this is started with this colorway, I Miss You. And if you didn't see this on Instagram, this year Knit City decided not to do a show in Vancouver. So it's kind of weird for me because usually September is really busy with Knit City, and that 1 month it just felt like completely empty for me this year. So I talked with quite a few other dyers who vended at Knit City Vancouver last year. Like, do you want to do some collaboration? And I asked dyers because we dyers don't get to collaborate very often. So I just always wanted to do something about that. Thank you so much, Nancy. Nancy said beautiful colors. Thank you. So I asked other dyers, and originally I think there are about 20 dyers interested. But in the end, I think the 7 businesses, and that's including Penny and Rose and myself. So 7 businesses, but 8 dyers decided to do the join us. So this is what I came up with called I Miss You. Okay, let's go to our studio shop. Oh, nope, this is it. So this is our studio Etsy shop. And if you go to that, there's 3 of us I Miss You colorways right at the top. See Penny and Rose? I have them there. So the first one is mine, and the next one is Rose, this beautiful kind of burgundy and orangey colors. And then Penny has this alpaca sokyan, I believe. Very nice glassy colors. It's kind of interesting because Penny's colorways is usually kind of yellow and green and orange. So it's like these, Rose and I dyed somehow Penny colors this time. And Penny kind of dyed like my and Rose kind of colors this time. So I thought very interesting. But anyways, all of them are available at our Etsy shop and also my website. And I'm not, coupon code is valid on my website only. Like it's not good for on Etsy shop. So anyways, that's how I started this Fall Views collection. Okay, and of course when I did this, this is kind of, let me show you on the camera. You know what, let's just go through the slides first and then I show you the real thing on camera. And this one is kind of beginning of fall color season in Vancouver. Like if you've been to Knit City, Vancouver, it's usually beginning of when the fall leaves start turning colors. So that's the kind of idea. It's kind of yellow green, a little bit orange, a little bit of red kind of colorway. And of course, I didn't want to stop there. So originally this color was supposed to be available until October 6th or something, but I still have them. I don't have a lot left. I think 5 skeins left at the moment. Um, so when this batch runs out, I may change the colorway just slightly so that it's more production friendly. Like I always kind of forget about production friendly part because when you have to dye thousands of skeins every year, it really counts. Like that's reducing one dye bath really counts towards production. But anyways, you should have chance to buy this colorway. And the second way is called evening stroll. And this is kind of my husband and I go for a walk pretty much every day. And in the summer months, it's too bright, like after 9 o'clock. So we tend to walk a little later and it's not as hot as during daytime. But as you know, from mid-September and on, the day gets really shorter very quickly. So even if we go out 6 o'clock by this, I don't know, end of September, by the time we come home, it gets quite dark. And this is kind of that's the mood of this colorway. It has, yeah, the swatch looks a little lighter. It's the colors are a lot darker on my screen. I show you in a minute on the camera. And this is that kind of mood, like green and the night sky and a little bit of the leaves turning colors. Then the third one is called Frost. Frost is a variegated colorway in purple, blue, and then various kind of browns, but yellow, again red and orange. By the time we get first frost, that's usually at the end of October. I don't think it happened this year yet, have it? I'm not sure. But, things get darker, the day gets darker very quickly and it gets wet. Like we're in Vancouver, it gets really wet, as you know. And so this is the kind of mood. And so that's the first frost. And then I have this colorway called Smoke Tree. Smoke Tree? It's my favorite tree. It's beautiful, especially in the fall. Like even like during spring and summer seasons, it's just like it's different, right? And the shape of leaves are just so unique. It's very round. And then in the fall season, some of the variety gets like almost burgundy, really rich color. So this is colorway Smoke Tree. And next one is Japanese maple. You probably know what it is, Japanese maple. And I love it. It's just the color is so distinct in the fall. Just like beautiful, beautiful color play. Just like I know where maple trees are in my neighborhood and I look forward to seeing them this season. That's very rich color, red, but various red. It's not solid red at all. Then I have this last colorway called fall colors, and that probably tells you a lot. And unfortunately, I couldn't find this swatch because this colorway was actually part of my advent calendar last year, and I made a swatch before. And the new batch of yarn just came off the dye bath 2 days ago. No, it's Thursday, so 3 days ago. And I didn't have time to make another swatch. But you can see it here. It's very rich, very, very full colorway. So those are the 6 colorways for my new Fall Views collection. So let me show you those colorways on camera. Okay. And I apologize if this camera goes off because Zoom doesn't like me touching the camera. Okay, I just touched it. So anyway, so that's the last colorway I showed you. Four colors, a lot of orange. You know, the color is actually a little darker in real life. It looks a little washed out on my screen, but there's lots of orange and a little bit red, purple, green, and burgundy. So it's a real full color kind of colorway. So that's four colors. And the next one is Japanese maple. So that's kind of how it looks like. Knit it up. A little bit, kind of a cool red. Yeah. So that's how it looks like on the cake. And as you see, it is a variegated colorway. It's not tonal. So it's mostly red like that. Okay. So that's Japanese maple. And if you go to my web shop, it's at the top of the page, I believe. I finally figured out how to change the order of display on my website yesterday. Then there is smoke tree. I love this colorway. It's one of the favorite in this. Actually, I shouldn't say one of the favorite because I actually like all of them. So often people come to studio and then they can decide on color. Monica, that's a good question. Monica asked, so how do I decide? Buy them all. That'd be a good answer, isn't it? So that's smoke tree. And it knits up like this. I think any colorway of these colorways from this collection make a beautiful sweater. I love to knit one of colors for myself as well as a sweater. Okay. Uh, it looks on my screen, it looks quite bright, but it's a bit more subdued in real life. Very wearable color. A lot of purple and burgundy and speckled with yellow, orange, and browns. So that's smoke tree. Okay, and the next one is evening stroll. Just let me twist this up. No, the next one is, sorry, I mixed up. Next one is first frost. So again, it looks a lot brighter on my screen, but that's depending on your screen. So I can't really say how it looks on your screen. But it's purple, mostly purple, and some green, browns, orange, like rusty orange, a little bit red. And it's kind of the mood of fall evening walk in the park. Yes. Yes. I think I like this as a sweater too. Yeah, color looks a bit brighter on the screen. It's hard to sell. It's hard to sell yarn online, right? Like this year, like online sales was way down. And I know that's the case for any dyers. I heard that from a lot of people. But I can I can guarantee it's a really nice soft sock yarn. It's very squishy. So the next one is called what is this called? Oh, sorry, this is Evening Shawl. I lied. So that one is Fast Frost. See, it's show like new colorways. I'm not used to saying the colorways. This is First Frost, the purple one. And then this is Evening Shawl. That's mostly green and then blue. And again, lots of browns in like yellowish, reddish, orange browns, the rust colors, and so on. And that's how it knits up. I feel like fall is kind of the time to rest after busy summer season, lots of outings and lots of socializing, but you stay home a bit relaxed and then rejuvenate for the next holiday season, you know what I mean? So I think these colors will just keep you company for that quiet time. And then this is I Miss You, the original colorway I made for this collection. And you see how different it is? They are both mostly green, but Evening Show is a lot darker. Thank you, I likes all the colorways. So this one, I Miss You is a bit more like yellowish green and definitely a lot of green in it. So this one has kind of foliage green, this yellow green, a bit of brass color, and a little bit red. I'm sure you see some red, but really muted red, and so on. So that's my, okay, let me switch camera. Okay, it's not working. Oh, there we go. So that's my fall views collection. And is there any question about them? And usually I have all the collections as a mini skein set. And I'm not ready for it because the last diapers came off on Thursday. So, but I will add the mini skein set by Thursday when the coupon expires. So if you like to have mini set, come back to my website. And I try to have a swatch of all mini set knitted into one swatch by then. Anything, any question? Are we good? Okay.
Very pretty.
Thank you. I'm very pleased how they came out. Like, see, I see like maybe the fade sweater happening with this, and 6K is probably perfect for most sizes. Okay, so that's the 6 colorways from Fall Views collection. Okay, and then I just want to show you that that's all the new work I had since February. It's been a really busy year. let's talk about the resetting your creativity, as Rose and Penny talked about, or Rose talked about. For me, if I feel like I'm stuck, most probably I'm tired. So usually for resetting my creativity, the first thing I do is I sleep. And I know it's kind of silly, maybe silly, but I have this app on my phone which tracks my sleep time. And I had it for maybe a couple of years, and it does kind of calculate how many hours of sleep I got and how much activity happened the next day. And then, so over the 10 days or something, it keeps track of how many hours I sleep. And if my sleep is deprived by more than 10 hours, my productivity goes down. And it's just so obvious. And like sometimes I even feel like I'm like tired today. What's going on? And I check the app, like, oh my God, like I have like 15 hours sleep deplete. I have to sleep more. So I go to bed early. I try not to wake up too early. Even if I'm in bed, like maybe I stay another 30 minutes in the bed to just rest my body. That's how I usually recover. And then when I have more energy, I can get going again. So that's how I deal with my creativity block, I guess. I don't get the block though. Like even when I'm tired, I usually have too many ideas. I may have ADHD. Like I'm not interested in getting tested, but I may have it. So I always have too many ideas. And even when I'm tired, I always thinking, oh, I want to do this, I won't do that, I won't do that. And that gets me frustrated because I have so many ideas I want to try, but my body is not moving. So if that happens, I sleep. That's what I do. Okay. So this year I was tired, I have to admit. And it's also like a few things happened. One is because there was not Knit City in Vancouver, it's kind of my schedule is kind of messed up because I had to do so many shows during the spring and summer. And also I have to admit this. Like our studio used to be open 11 to 4 and I usually stay until 5. And this year, by our landlord, we were told we try to stay open 10 to 6. That's 3 hours more in a day. It may not sound a lot, but on top of that, I commute to my studio about 30 minutes a day, one way by car. That's 30, it used to be 30 minutes, but because there's a major construction going on, it takes about 1 hour and a half to come back. And in the morning, it's about 1 hour. So that at least extra 1 hour, 2 days a week in the car. And I drive standard car. So I feel like my leg is tired. And so I was tired. And like by the time I finished Knit City Calgary, I was really tired. So last month or so, I tried to have rest, and I heard it's called like aggressive resting, which is a thing. And I feel like it worked. So I managed to make 6 new colorways or like one collection. So I'm very happy with this. So so these are something you may have seen before, but I like to show just in case you never been to my show before. What I have in my shop. And this is Seigai shawl designed by Duke Akiba. And I have a kit available in my shop. Okay, it's mosaic knitting And you get one background color. This is called Morning Mist. And the 5-color gradient set on sparkle yarn base. So the sparkle is very subtle, like it catches the light really nicely. But it's not like, to your face kind of sparkle. So I really like that subtle sheen to it. Okay, so that's a nice size shawl, covers your shoulder for sure. And it's mosaic knitting. So mosaic knitting meaning you work with one color at a time, and then when you follow the chart, you get this interesting design. And Seigaiha meaning blue ocean waves in Japanese. And if you do sashiko, you may have heard the name before because it's a popular stitch pattern in sashiko. And usually like the wave is kind of more round shape. But this is a diamond Seigaiha. And yes, that's really nice size. It's kind of wrapped around. And okay, so let me show you the shawl on the screen. Okay, I don't know if you can see the sparkle or not.
Very pretty.
Yeah, he's done like really good job. Oh, and see how good size this is?
What's the name of that pattern?
Seigaiha. I type it in the chat. Just give me a second. And if you go to my kit page, there's a link to the pattern page on Ravelry too. I believe. I think, yes, I do. Okay. So this kit has been very popular. Every time I go to the show, I bring about 10 to 15 of them. Usually I come back with nothing. So from Calgary, I brought back maybe few, and I just made a few. So I haven't added to my website, but I'll add them after this. But I think there's 1 or 2 left at the moment. So, and this will be my staple for next while, if you're wondering. Okay, and then what's coming next? This is Seigaiha Blanket Kit in worsted weight. And this is coming in January for Broke Knitting Live in New York. And originally we're supposed to release this in fall, so sometime this time. But because I don't have any big shows in this anymore, the Calgary was the last big one, and then I went to XOXO by Pony. September. So I really didn't have the proper venue to introduce this blanket. So we're doing it in New York. And also like Duke's mom has Alzheimer, and he spent a lot of time in Japan this year. So I told him that's okay, let's do it for January. And he says January is a good time. So that's coming in January, and I will have it on my website when it's available. But it's probably, oh, thank you, I, for the link. I will have it for the next Fibre Lava Fair for sure. And that will be next year, February. So stay tuned. By the way, this blanket is beautiful. It's just like the picture doesn't do justice. I'm just kicking myself not taking a proper picture Like this is not even my picture, right? Because I was just so busy last year in New York. But just like the real estate right young, it's very substantial, and this is a piece of art you could have in your living room or guest room. Okay, any question about Seigai Hackett? Nope. Okay, let's go to next. And then, of course, I have this Granville Island shawl kit. I cannot, sorry, I can move my mouse for some reason. Anyways, this has been a classic in my shop. And this collaboration started in 2019. And I still sell lots of these kits in shows. It was originally the collaboration of 5 BC makers. Makers in British Columbia. Jenny was the designer. I was the dyer, and we had the artist who painted sheep for us. We got printed on the fabric, and then we made a project bag for us, and then Sarah made stitch markers to go with. So I don't have the stitch marker set and the project bag anymore, but this kit will be again my staple. After 5 years, it's still going very strong. So let me show you the shawl. And this is again mosaic knitting. And if you want something you can knit as you watch TV without paying too much attention to the pattern, this is a perfect project. Okay. And it's again mosaic knitting. In terms of difficulty, this is a lot easier than the Seigai Hasho I showed you earlier. And what's genius about this pattern is we start from here, right? It's just like a regular triangular shawl, and then go back and forth here, increasing gradually. You will remember the pattern very quickly. It's just a repeat and just changing the colors. And when you have triangular shawl, at some point, the one will get so long, and I start feeling like, oh my God, I have to start another one. I have to start another one. And about that point, with this shawl, you actually get to bind off half of the stitches on this side. Okay, and then you start adding to just one side of the triangle to finish the shawl. And that binding of half the stitches was brilliant. I felt like, okay, I can do this. It's kind of like pushing reset button. And then I got it done. So that's a Granville Island shawl, and the kit is available in my shop. And also, I believe the pattern is, search for Granville Island on Ravelry and you'll find it. And basically, you need just 5 mini skeins. Okay, let me see, Amanda. Yes, that's the one, Amanda. I just clicked the link. So basically, you need like 1 skeins of background color and 5 mini skeins. So you don't have to buy my kit. Well, I'd be happy if you did, but I like to promote her pattern because I really pushed her. If you know Jenny, she's a sweater freak on Instagram. She's a very kind of natural color kind of person. So when I gave her these colors, she said, am I going to knit this? She wasn't very sure. But she tried and she did a beautiful job. So, um, so that's the Granville Island shawl. Okay, so you get this one full skein and 5 minis in your kit. And this is the detail of the last edging, how delicate it is. And it looks complicated, but it's kind of, the look is deceiving. It's very, very straightforward and nice, enjoyable knit. So that's the Granville Island shawl. If you have any question, let me know. Okay. And just a reminder, the cyber sale is on quite early just for the Fibre Lover Fair attendees, and you can get 15% off everything until Thursday or like the end of the month with coupon code FLA15. If there's any problem, I tested coupon code last night and it worked, but if there's any problem, let me know. This colorway on the screen is called Supernova, and it's on a Donegal yarn base. This is a really, really fun colorway too. So let me look out. Okay, so I just want to go through a couple of collections very quickly because I only have, well, Amanda's knitting with Donegal right now. So lovely. Donegal is very interesting yarn. Those the nips just shows up here and there and just keeps you interested. And also the Donegal yarn, the base yarn is just tiny bit grayish. So even I use the same recipe, the color ends up a little bit toned down way. So it's really nice yarn base. Okay, I want to show you this collection because I sold a lot of yarn from this collection this year. It looks like people are into green this year. Like, do you feel like you're attracted to green? Maybe. Could be just my customers, but like this collection is probably the best sold collection this year so far. So there's New Beginnings, really light color, and then goes to Weeping Willow. This is more like yellowish green type of thing. And then I have a Tidal Pond, which really features the blue in the colorway. And then I have Mother Earth on Donegal. And also this is the darkest one, Deep Sea on Donegal. Okay, so that's the Earth Day collection. And then, so this is a 5-color Earth Day collection, and there's spin-off colorway. I always get a few spin-offs because I like experimenting. So this is basically, it is like Weeping Willow we saw earlier, but with like orange and red and a little bit yellow speckles. Okay, so this is Nancy's design, and it is called, hold on, I want to make sure it's correct. It is called Clarksburg Shawl by Nancy Lex. Clarksburg. Okay, so she designed this shawl with my yarn this spring, and I loved knitting it. It was so much fun. Okay, she uses two colorways from Earth Day collection. The darker one is the deep sea, and the lighter one is tidal pond. That's tidal pond. And you may remember she gave us a listening in the lesson in February. If you want to watch it, it's on our YouTube channel. There's like, I think, a couple of different lace stitches, very similar but different. So it really keeps you interested because of that, and also the color change as well. And again, she incorporates the garter stitch or like a Paolo stitch effectively. So like you're not doing a lot of purls. Like purls kind of get annoying sometimes, right? So I really enjoyed it. This was one of those projects. At the end of the project, you feel like, oh no, it's done. I have to find the next project. That kind of project. So anyway, so that's Nancy's design, Clarksburg, using my colorways. Okay, so I want to show you one more thing. Birthday collection, I have a mini skein collection available on my website. And if you get that, you could make, this is a crochet project. It is staycation cowl designed by Amanda Kafka. Okay, Amanda saying like, I have to change that name, staycation, but that's okay. It's part of the history. And I just love, it's so simple, but I love those mini tassels. I should trim it a little better. And to be honest, making these little tassels was probably 90% of the work. And the crochet portion was just done in 2 nights, I think. And then making the tassels and attaching them took about 3 nights. But I really love how cute that is. Okay, and also like I didn't cut the end of the tassels. Like I kept them as loops. I could trim them better, but I did that because if you cut the loop, it gets messy from there, right? It starts fraying and it gets tangled and so on. And I know I can keep them in check if I just keep them as loops. So that's what I did. And I probably made it probably 3 years ago. And it traveled with me everywhere when I did shows. And they're still, and they got touched by people a lot, but they're still doing well. So that's Staycation Cowl with our Stay mini collection. Okay. Okay, I just want to do one more thing, and then my time will be done. The Galaxy collection. The Galaxy collection was the first collection I dyed. It was always 6, 7 years ago. I can't even remember when it was. And it has the winner, and the winner is. Okay, just scroll through. This is Naita Express Shawl by Masha Ibuki. And the winner is. Then I have the Big Bang. This is Blue Galaxy. Look how cute this is. This baby is, I think she's going to school now. Holy cow, the time flies. How cute that is, right? And this is a supernova you saw on the other screen. I think this is probably the most popular colorway on the Etsy shop. People love this colorway. And this is crochet sweater with supernova. And this one is brilliant. Rachel made this poncho and she combined with black mohair yarn. Okay, and then I have a green universe, Tarantula Nebula, that's mostly brown with speckles of colors. And then Andromeda. And here's our friend Keith. He designed and knitted this beautiful shawl. Okay, so that's the Galaxy collection, and those colors are again all available as individual colors. And I think I have a full skein set left. But you know, my inventory is really, it's moving all the time because I have a studio. It's not like I have the shows and then the online shops. Like at the studio, like yarn's moving all the time. And then also I have mini skein set. So I want to show you this one because this is Galaxy collection mini skein set. I actually like use up all the scraps after making mini set. I usually have about 5 grams of 5 grams from each skein left. So I just brush and join everything and I knit it on the sock knitting machine from Rachel. And I don't know how to do the heels and toes yet, like she showed us yesterday. So what I did is I knitted this as just a tube, just like one long tube without heel, without toe, just long tube and twice as long. Because I didn't know how long I could get. And I didn't want to waste anything. I just wanted to use up everything. So I did the long tube and cut it in half and then opened up and put the heel on. I did the rib on and I did the toe on. So, and that way, like, you know, it's not like completely knitting machine knitted socks. There's a little bit of your love and handwork goes into the socks as well. So if you're thinking of the sock knitting machine, you could do something like that too. One thing like knitting machine is it's quite noisy, right? It's not like something you want to do a lot when you're watching TV. And so I tend to like, you know, putting all that. Well, I haven't tried the heels yet. That's my next goal. But I like putting, you know, all the tubes knitted up, what they call cranked up, and then you can add heels, toes, and calf later. So that's a Galaxy collection mini scale set socks. So that's that from me. Thank you so much for coming.